doesn't end, does it? U.S. officials are reportedly preparing for what could be the biggest surge in migrant traffic at our southern border, illegal migrant traffic yet, estimating between 350 and 400,000 migrants will cross into the country throughout the month of October. Texas Governor Greg Abbott took to Twitter writing, Texas National Guard is gearing up at the border for increased caravans attempting to cross the border caused by Biden's open border policy. They're working with the Texas Department of Public Safety to seal up surge locations at the border and arrest trespassers. 10 GOP governors are also having to show their support for the Lone Star State, or willing to show their support, by joining Governor Abbott on highlighting the crisis at the southern border with the hopes that the Biden administration may finally take some action here to do something about the border. Ned Ryun, CEO of American Majority, joins me now to talk about this unfolding disaster. Ned, I feel like it's just hard to even comprehend this for a lot of folks. We are, based on numbers we're already seeing, because the migrant caravans are moving, we are on track for what could be the biggest month of illegal crossings in the United States in 20 years, perhaps ever, at 400,000 is the estimate.
Well, this is all intentional. I mean, people keep on asking, why isn't the Biden administration doing something? I mean, they made it very clear when they came into office, Buck, that they were going to completely dismantle all of Trump's immigration policies, and they've succeeded. This is a crisis of the Biden administration's making. It has been intentional every step of the way. You know, and to highlight some of the things that are taking place, August of last year, of 2020, there were about 47,000 illegal crossing attempts. Only 10 were released into the interior of the U.S. this August. Fast forward a year, Buck, August of 2021, 195,000 were apprehended by the U.S. Border Patrol. Of that, almost 44,000 were released into the interior in a catch and release. And the amazing thing is, Buck, the Biden administration has basically told the Supreme Court, we don't care what you say. Back in August, by a motion of 6-3, they said that you actually have to do what the federal judge in Texas said and re-implement, remain in Mexico while any immigration proceedings might take place to see if you can actually legally enter this country, have any justification for that. The Biden administration has been stalling for about 7 weeks. This is all intentional, Buck, and I think they will continue to do it. And I would argue there's a couple of reasons they're doing this. One, they think there'll be political power in this. You bring in all of these who will then be dependent upon the state and upon social welfare programs. You're going to increase the Democrat voting base. And then you have the Chamber of Commerce types on the Republican side that are refusing to fight it because they think they're going to get cheap labor. The ones that are getting the short end of the stick, the American taxpayer.
Here's Senator Marco Rubio, who is pointing out just how diverse the group of, in terms of nationality, the group of illegal migrants actually is. Here's what he says.
We have another looming migratory crisis on the horizon. I had a chance yesterday to talk to a number of the foreign ministers in Latin America who all pointed to this and all expressed like a lot of frustration that the Biden administration is just ignoring it and not doing anything about this. The first, for example, in Colombia, there are anywhere from 20 to 25,000 Haitian migrants in Colombia right now, and all of them are headed here at some point. Panama has about 60,000 or so in some point of transit, either just came through or still there or on their way in. There's a bunch of countries in Latin America. We don't know the full number, but it's in the high tens of thousands of migrants from Haiti and other parts of the world who are headed to the United States at some point.
You know, Ned, we were told earlier on during the Biden administration, oh, it was because of U.S. policy in Central America. So, you know, it's kind of our fault or something. You get people coming from all over the world, and they're basically doing this because they realize we got a big open door at our southern border.
Oh, I mean, the Biden administration basically from day one was flashing a bright neon sign down south saying we essentially have open borders, de facto open borders, because of what we've done on a variety of policies from the Trump administration. You know, two things that are really troubling to me, Buck. One is, you know, is the Middle East, obviously, with Afghanistan and the Taliban and Al Qaeda. You know, how do we know, again, that they're not going to be slipping people in on the southern border? It's a national security issue on that level. The other thing that's really troubling to me, Buck, people that are advocating that we don't fix our southern border crisis, I'm only left with the conclusion they truly hate America. They hate the American people. They hate the American taxpayer, because only someone that despises the American taxpayer and the American voter would actually allow this to continue. And basically say, for all intents and purposes, we're no longer a sovereign nation because we can't enforce our borders Therefore, the American constitutional republic, well, I think that's in question as well. I mean, if you can't have enforceable borders, how on earth can you call yourself a sovereign nation moving forward? It's insane.